Jai Guruji to all the beloved Sangat of Guruji. May Guruji bless each and every Sangat who's listening to this reading today. Before we start the reading, let's do the mantra jap first. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sada Sahai. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji. Anantam Anantam Bar, Lakh Lakh Bar, Shukrana Mere Malik. So, Sangatji, today we will be starting from chapter 28 onwards. So, let's start the reading. Chapter 28, Parvati sees Shiva's real form. Parvati said, "So long I have been thinking that someone else has come. Now everything has become clear. You are a person who cannot be killed. O Lord, what has been said by you is known. It is not otherwise. If what has been said to you is real, it cannot be called unreal." Sometimes Lord Shiva is seen in that guise, but he is the supreme Brahmin who out of own accord takes up bodies in his own sports. You have now come in the form of a student ascetic for the sake of deceiving me. Using false arguments, you have spoken fraudulent words. I know the real form of Shiva very particularly. I shall therefore explain Shiva's reality in proper perspective after careful consideration. He is in fact devoid of attributes, but for some reasons he takes up attributes. How can he have a birth? He who is really attributeless but takes up attributes. Sadashiv is the support and receptacle of all lores. Of what avail is learning to him who is perfect and the supreme soul? At the beginning of Kalp, all the Vedas were given by Shiva to Vishnu in the form of breath. Who can be a good lord equal to him? How can he be measured in age? He who is primordial to everything and everyone. Even primordial nature, Prakriti, is born of him. Of what avail is then energy to him? With the threefold energies, Shiva blesses those who worship him always as the Lord of energies. Every individual soul becomes fearless and conquers death by worshipping him. Hence, his designation, the conqueror of death, is famous in all the three worlds. Vishnu attains and retains his Vishnuhood by his favor. Similarly, Brahma, his Brahmahood, and the gods, their godhood. Whenever the Lord of the gods want to see Shiva, he has to propitiate his gatekeepers, the ghosts, etc. Otherwise, his crown becomes shattered by batons. Really, Shiva is a great Lord. He has no need for many attendants. What is it that cannot befall on who serves the auspicious featured Shiva? What is deficient in the Lord? Does Sadasiv like me? Even if a person is perpetually poor for 7 lives after serving Shiva, his prosperity becomes unhampered. How can he find benefit inaccessible? He in whose presence the 8 siddhis, achievements, dance always for the sake of propitiation with speechless mouths or with lowered faces. Although Shiva resorts to inauspicious things, yet by thinking on him everything becomes auspicious. His worship fulfills all desires. He can there be aberration in him who always remains in an unmodified state. People are sanctified by merely seeing the person in whose mouth the auspicious name Shiva is ever present. If, as you say, the ash from the funeral pyre is unholy, how is it that the same transfer to Shiva's body is taken thence and worn on the head by the gods? How can he be easily realized? He who is the deity that creates, sustains, and annihilates the worlds, all the same who is devoid of attributes and is termed Shiva? The form of Shiva, the supreme soul, is that of Brahman, devoid of attributes. How can people like you know it? People with extrovert faces? Persons of evil conduct, sinners, and those who have gone astray from the path of the gods do not at all know the reality of Shiva of attributeless form. If out of ignorance of his reality anyone were to discredit Shiva, his merit hoarded ever since birth becomes reduced to ashes. You have censured Shiva for immeasurable splendor, and I have worshipped you, hence I have become sinful. On seeing a person who hates Shiva, one should take bath along with one's clothes. On seeing a person who hates Shiva, one should perform expiatory rites. O wicked one, you profess knowledge of Shiva, but you should know that the eternal Shiva is not known at all. Whatever may be the form or feature of Shiva, he is multiformed. Still, he is my favorite. He is without aberration and beloved of the good. Neither Vishnu nor Brahma can equal the notable soul. How can then the gods and others be? They are always dependent on time and are not eternal. After realizing this, with my sharp intellect factually, I have come to this forest and am performing the elaborate penance for attaining Shiva. My ambition is to attain the Supreme Lord who is favorably disposed to his devotees and who blesses the distressed. Brahma said, after saying this, O sage, Parvati, the daughter of the mountain, stopped and meditated on Shiva with unaffected mind. On hearing the words of the goddess, with the Brahmin ascetic began to say something, Parvati, whose mind was fixed on Shiva and who was averse to hear any disparaging remarks about Shiva, spoke immediately to Vijaya, her maid. Parvati said, this base Brahmin must be prevented strenuously. He is inclined to say something again. He will surely censure Shiva. Not only does he who disparages Shiva incur sin, but also he who hears the same. A person who disparages Shiva is definitely worthy of being killed by Shiva's attendants. If it is a Brahmin, he must be dismissed, or the hearer shall go away from that place immediately. This wicked man will again disparage Shiva. Since he is a Brahmin, he is not to be killed. He shall be abandoned. He shall not be seen at all. Let us leave this place at once and go elsewhere. Do not tarry. Let there be no more talk with this ignorant man. Brahma said, saying this, O sage, even as Parvati was about to step ahead, the Brahmin, manifesting as Shiva, clasped his beloved. After assuming the handsome form in the manner of Parvati had meditated upon and manifesting it to Parvati, Shiva addressed her while she stood with her lowered head. Shiva said, where will you go, leaving me? You are not to be discarded again by me. I am delighted. Tell me, what boon shall I grant you? There is nothing that cannot be given to you. From today I am your slave, bought by you by performing penance. I have been bought by your beauty. Even a moment appears like a yuga. O Parvati, O great goddess, you are my eternal wife. Let this shyness be eschewed. You please ponder with your keen intellect. O steady-minded one, you have been tested by me in various ways. Let my guilt be excused in following this worldly gain. Even in 3 worlds, I do not see a beloved like you, O Parvati. In every respect, I am subservient to you. You can fulfill all your desires. O beloved, come on near me. You are my wife. I am your bridegroom. I shall immediately go to my abode, the excellent mountain, along with you. Brahma said, when the Lord of the gods spoke in this way, Parvati rejoiced. Whatever distress she had felt during the penance, she cast off as something old. O excellent sage, her weariness subsided. In fact, when the fruit is realized, the exertion felt during the process of undertaking perishes. Moving on, chapter 29. Shiva Shiva dialogue. Narad said, O Brahma, O fortunate one, what happened thereafter? I wish to hear everything. Please narrate the glory of Parvati to me. O celestial sage, let this be listed too. I shall resume the story joyfully, the story that quells all sins and increases devotion to Shiva. O Brahman, on hearing the words of Shiva, the great soul, and on seeing his pleasant form and features, Parvati was delighted much. The highly chaste lady, Goddess Parvati, replied to the Lord standing near the great pleasure and face beaming with love. Parvati said, O Lord of gods, you are my husband. Has it been forgotten by you why you destroyed the sacrifice of Daksha formerly with great tenacity? Listen, O Lord of gods, I am born of Main for the achievement of the task of the gods, terrified to the quick by Taraka. O Lord of gods, if you are delighted, if you are sympathetic, O Lord, become my husband. O Lord, do as I say. With your permission, I am going to my father's abode. Let your pure great glory be made well known. O Lord, will you please go to Himavat, clever in divine sports, be the mendicant and beg of him me as your alms. Spreading your glory in worlds, you shall make everything about my faith, my father, fruitful. Thus you start your householder's life. There is no doubt that my father with his kinsmen will accede to your request, as he has already been urged by the sages lovingly. Formerly as Daksha's daughter, I was offered to you by my father, but the marriage rites were not duly performed then. The planets were not worshipped by my father, therefore a great defect occurred in our marriage in regard to the planets. Hence, O Lord, you will celebrate marriage in accordance with the rules for the fulfillment of the task of the gods. The customary procedures of the marriage shall certainly be followed. Let Himavat know that an auspicious penance has been performed well by his daughter. Brahma said, on hearing these words, Sadashiv was highly delighted. Laughingly and lovingly he spoke to Parvati. Shiva said, O great goddess, listen to my important statement. See that our marriage rites are performed in the proper manner without deficiency. O sweet-faced one, all the living beings, Brahma and others are non-eternal. O beautiful lady, know all these visible things to be perishable. Know that the single beings assumed manifold forms, the attributeless took over the attributes. That which is self-luminous had other lights imposed on it. O gentle lady, I, the dependent, have been made subservient by you. You alone are the great illusionary power, the primordial nature that creates. This entire universe has been made of illusion. It is held by the Supreme Soul with his great intellect. It is united and enveloped by the ganas of the nature of pervading souls of meritorious deeds, akin to the nature of Supreme Soul. What are these planets? What are these sets of seasons? What are those other planets? O gentle lady, what is said by you, O fair complexioned one? We too have created the universe different in attributes and actions for the sake of the devotees and with a disposition favorable to them. You are indeed the subtle primordial nature consisting of Rajas, Sattva and Tamas. You are capable of perpetual activity. You are both possessed and devoid of attributes. The soul without aberration, without yearnings. O slender-waisted lady, of all living beings, I am the soul without aberration, without yearnings. I take up bodies at the requests and wishes of my devotees. O daughter of the mountain, I will not go up to Himavat, your father. I will not become a mendicant and beg of him for you. O daughter of the Lord of mountains, even a weighty person endowed with great qualities, even a noble soul, is considered base immediately after uttering the words, please give me. O benevolent lady, after knowing this, what is it that you say in our duty? Gentle lady, do as you wish. Brahma said, thus addressed the great goddess, the chaste lady of lotus-like eyes told Shiva with devotion after bowing to him again and again. You are the cosmic soul and I am the cosmic nature. There is nothing to deliberate on this. We too are independent and subservient to the devotees. We too are both possessed and devoid of attributes. O Lord Shiva, with effort you will please do according to my request. O Shiva, beg of Himavat for me. You will bestow a fortune on him. O great Lord, be sympathetic. I am your devotee forever. I am your wife forever in ever birth. You are Brahman, the great soul devoid of attributes, greater than primordial nature without aberration, feeling from yearnings, independent, great Lord. Still, you are possessed of attributes too, and enthusiastic in the uplift of the devotees. You sport about in your own soul, engrossed in it, and you are clever in your different sports. O great Lord, I know you in every respect. O omniscient, of what avail is a detailed talk? Take pity on me. Spread your glory in the world, indulging in your wonderful divine sports, singing them, O Lord. People can cross the ocean of worldly existence. After saying these words to the great Lord, Parvati stopped and bowed to him, frequently with shoulders stooping and palms joining in reverence. Thus addressed by her, Shiva of the noble soul, just to follow and imitate the worldly conventions, thought that it should be so. Being desirous of doing so, he rejoiced. Then Shiva vanished with a great delight. He went to Kailas, but at his separation from Parvati, his mind was distressed. After reaching there, he mentioned the news to Nandi and others. He was very much delighted. Those Ganas, Bhairav, and others were gently pleased. They celebrated the occasion with great festivities. O Narad, all went on auspiciously. All misery was at an end. Shiva too was in a pleasant mood. Chapter 30. The celebration of Parvati's return. Narad said, O Brahma, O dear, of great fortune you have the real vision and are blessed. This wonderful story was heard by me thanks to your blessings. When Shiva returned to his mountain, O intelligent one, with what did Parvati, all auspicious, do and where did she go? Please tell me. Brahma said, Oh dear, listen with pleasure to what happened there after Shiva returned to his place. I shall mention it remembering Shiva. Accompanied by her maids and assuming meanings, full dress and features, she returned to her father's house, repeating the name of Lord Shiva. On hearing that Parvati was returning, Main and Hemawat, excessively delighted, went ahead seated in a divine vehicle. The chief priests, the citizens, the maids, the kinsmen, and also others accompanied them. All the brothers, with Menaka, the eldest, accompanied them, highly delighted and crying shouts of victory. The auspicious water pot was placed in the main highway, decorated with sandal paste, aguru, musk, and branches of trees with fruits. The priests, Brahmins, and sages reciting the Vedas, dancing girls, all went ahead seated on lofty elephants to receive her. All round stumps of plantain trees were fixed. Women, along with their sons and husbands, held lamps in their hands. Brahmins were shouting mantras, etc., in an auspicious voice. Various instruments were played, conch shells were sounded. In the meantime, Parvati reached the outskirts of the city. Entering the city, she saw her parents again. On seeing the parents rushing at her in their great delight, she gladly bowed to them along with her maids. They gave her their blessings and embraced her, saying, "Oh, darling." They shed tears in their excitement of love. Women near and dear, as also the wives of her brothers, embraced her closely with great pleasure. A great task has been well accomplished by you. It has saved the whole family. All of us are sanctified by your noble conduct. Praising her with these and similar words, they bowed to her with great delight. They worshipped her with sandal paste and sweet scented flowers in great joy. At the time, the gods, seated in their aerial chariots in the sky, showered auspicious flowers, bowed to and eulogized her with hymns. Then the Brahmins and others joyfully took you within the city in a resplendent chariot. Then the Brahmins, the maids, and other women took her within the house with due honor. O great sage, ladies performed her ceremonial ablution, the Brahmins offered benedictions, Himawat and Menaka rejoiced much. Himawat considered his household life fruitful. A daughter is far better than an ignoble son. He praised you too, Narad saying, well done, well done. The Lord of the mountains gave monetary gifts to the Brahmins and lords. He made the Brahmins recite auspicious hymns as a part of the festivities. The parents, delighted with their daughter, the brothers and the sisters gathered joyfully in the courtyard, O sage. The happy and delighted Himawat honored everyone. Then he went to the Ganga for his bath. In the meantime, Shiva, favorably disposed to his disciples and prone to divine sports, assuming the guise of a dancer, and approached Menaka. He held the blowing horn in his left and the drum in his right hand. He wore a red cloth and had the wallet suspended behind his back. In the guise of a dancer, with the skill of dancing and singing, he danced well and sang many songs in sweet voice. He blew the horn and played on the drum in very sweet tunes. Everything was very pleasant. All the citizens, men, women, children, and old folks assembled there to witness the performance. O sage, on hearing the sweet songs and seeing the delightful dance, the people entered into the raptures of the ecstasy. Parvati became unconscious. She saw Shiva's handsome form bearing trident and other symbols before her vision. He had smeared the ashes all over his body. He was wearing a garland of bones. His face was beaming with his shining 3 eyes. He had the sacred thread of a serpent, exquisitely white in complexion. The handsome Lord Shiva, the friend of the distressed, the ocean of mercy, was repeating the words, choosing the boon or the bridge room. On seeing him thus in her mind, she bowed to him. Mentally, she had chosen the boon when she had said, be my husband. And he had granted her the auspicious boon with pleasure and vanished. The mendicant now continued the dance. Mena, who was greatly delighted, took gems and jewels in gold vessels in order to give them to him. But the dancer did not accept the gifts. He requested for the hand of Parvati and began to dance and sing again. Mena was surprised on hearing his words, and she was furious. She rebuked the mendicant and wished to drive him out. In the meantime, Lord of Mountains returned from Ganga. He saw the mendicant in the human form in his courtyard. On hearing the details from Mena, he became very angry. He ordered his attendants to drive out the dancer. But O excellent sage, none of them could push him out, as he was hot to touch like a blazing fire and very brilliant. Oh dear, then the mendicant, who was clever at diverse sports, showed his endless great power to the mountain. The mountain saw him immediately, transmuted in the form of Vishnu, the four-armed, with crown, earrings, and yellow garment. Flowers, etc., which had been offered to the mace-bearing Lord Vishnu at the time of worship, he saw on the body and over the head of the mendicant. Then the Lord of Mountains saw the four-faced deity, the creator of worlds, red in color and reciting the Vedic hymns. Then the Lord of Mountains saw the form of Sun, the eye of the universe, much of his enthusiastic amazement. Then, O dear one, he saw him in the wonderful form of Shiva, accompanied by Parvati. He was smiling and shining beautifully. Then he saw him in the form of mass of splendor of no specific shape. It was unsullied, free from peculiar attributes and desires. It was wonderfully formless. Thus he saw many forms and features there. He was surprised and delighted much. Then the chief of mendicants begged of Himawat and Mena the hand of Parvati as alms. He, the source of great enjoyment, did not accept anything else. The Lord of Mountain, deluded by Shiva's magic, did not accede to this request. The mendicant too did not take anything. He vanished from the scene. Then Himawat and Mena realized that Shiva had deceived them and gone to his abode. After some pondering, they developed a feeling of devotion to Shiva. who is the cause of salvation, the bestower of divine bliss. Thank you so much, Sangat ji, for listening to the reading today. कोई भी भूल चूक हो तो माफ़ कीजिएगा संगत जी. And let us now end this reading for today with mantra jap itself. So Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sada Sahai. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji, Anantam Anantam, lakh lakh baar Shukrana mere Malik. Thank you so much, Sangat ji, for listening. Jai Guruji.